Ladies and gentlemen, in this video I'm going to show you several easy methods on how you can level up fast in Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 3. Epic has made getting XP a little bit more difficult than it used to be in the past 3 or 4 seasons, which I'm not necessarily disappointed by, but what does disappoint me is the fact that they included such boring and grindy milestones, but we'll get to that in a bit. Alright, method number 1. Once you jump from the battle bus, get yourself a whiplash and start driving around the map. I've included a picture on the screen where you can see every single POI and landmark that we currently have in the game. I recommend visiting all of them. It's probably going to give you one level. Obviously the POIs give you more XP, but that's also because there are way less of them than the landmarks. But yeah, I think that you should be able to get this done within 2 or 3 games. Method number 2 is going to be creative XP. You can pick any map that you want as long as you get XP from it. I prefer to go to the pit because you can just pick your favorite weapons, jump down, get a bunch of eliminations, and then also be awarded a bunch of XP for just spending time on that map, which seems like a very good deal. Now, if you are going to be playing the pit, I would recommend going for headshots because those give you about 6 or 7 more times XP than a normal elimination. As I just mentioned, you can pick any creative map that you feel comfortable with, and you can also do stuff like death runs, for example. Those also award you with a lot of XP. Method number 3, daily quests. These are quests that you can complete indefinitely. They all give you 1k XP, and every single day at challenge reset time, the first 3 daily quests that you complete will give you an additional 15,000 XP. Now personally, I find 1000 XP per quest a little bit too low to be grinding them, but it definitely is worth it to just complete 3 of them every single day so that you can get 48,000 XP. Moving on to method number 4, these are going to be the season quests. So I have good news and bad news. The bad news is that they lowered the XP that you get per season quest. The good news is that we have an extra week, which is called week 0, because the season went live on a Sunday, so we're already going to get a new set of quests this coming Thursday. So last season we had the resistance quest, and I've heard from various leakers that we're also going to get something similar this season. However, this is still unconfirmed and I'm not sure what it's going to be called, but it should also be related to the storyline, and then I think you can expect maybe 3 or 4 different quests every single week. That might be an additional 45, maybe 50,000 XP that you get on the day that they go live. Method number 5, Imposters is still in the game. I haven't played that in a very long time, but it still gives you relatively good XP, especially if you play with a couple of your friends. So if you're a little bit tired of Battle Royale and you want to change things up a little bit, I recommend just playing a couple of matches of Imposters. Time for method number 6. This is going to be a long one because it's related to the milestones. In comparison to last season, the milestones that we currently have, they are quite bad. They are very lengthy, they're very grindy, and most of them aren't that much fun to do. Like I said, I really don't mind the milestones giving you less XP than they used to give last season, but the fact that they made them so boring, that is a little bit of a problem to me. But maybe that's just me. What do you guys think about them? I'm just going to cover the milestones that I find easy to complete that you can do in a relatively short amount of time, and then I'll make a separate video in which I will cover every single one of the milestones, but for this one that doesn't seem relevant. Destroy objects while in a vehicle. This one is comparable to destroy structures in general. Unfortunately, we don't have a tank in the game anymore, but there is an easy way to fix this and to still complete this in a relatively short amount of time. So I would recommend finding a cow catcher, and if you're unable to find one from a toolbox, there's an NPC located at Chonker Speedway which will sell it to you for a couple of gold bars. Put it on a vehicle, preferably a whiplash, and then just start driving through houses. Every single chair, couch, a table, or whatnot, it all counts as an object, so whenever you drive through it with the cow catcher, it's going to destroy everything in one go, giving you a lot of progression towards this milestone. I think that I completed it in 2, maybe 3 games. The next one is hit weak points. It all depends on how fast you can swing your pickaxe, but I would recommend finding some of the shipping containers, preferably structures made of metal, which just have a lot more HP and which will require more hits for you to destroy them. And then just start swinging away. You need 125 hits in order to complete a stage, and I think that it's definitely doable to complete 2 or 3 stages in a single game. Outlast Opponents is one of those milestones that you'll get while playing the game normally. I would recommend playing 0 build solos or just normal solos, and whenever you're doing one of the other milestones, people are going to get eliminated left and right, and every single person that gets eliminated will contribute towards your general goal of completing this. So I wouldn't necessarily focus on it, but rather just keep it in the back of your head, and while you're doing other stuff, you're going to get additional XP every now and again. Pick fruit from reality saplings. This one has got to be my personal favorite. If you head over to the Reality Falls POI, there will be so many different reality saplings from players that either put it there for their quest or they're trying to farm a mythic one. Simply just land there and start making your way from tree to tree. Every single tree will have 3 pieces of fruit, You can also do a little bit of community service by removing the weeds of reality saplings that are going to be upgraded to the next tier. A lot of people tend to land there, so what I would personally do is grab yourself some weapons. I think that the average loot of the reality saplings is currently purple or epic. Just eliminate some players and then just start making your way from tree to tree, because otherwise you're going to risk getting shot and then you have to load into a new match. I think that in my best match, I probably ate about 90 or 95 of those fruits. So yeah, very fun milestone and very easy to complete as well. Restore health is another easy milestone. I haven't done this one myself yet, and you also seem to have one called gain shields, but the restore health one is a lot easier. The way that I would do this one is jumping into a match of Team Rumble, starting my match off by finding as many met mist as I can, and then just waiting until the zone is going to be a 4 or 10 ticker. You want to land into the zone, make sure that you don't fully use your met mist can. It's going to have 150 in a single can, and just leave it at 5 just to be safe. Then get eliminated and respawn and do it all again. Whenever you get respawned, the same way as with harpoon guns, your met mist container is going to get refueled. If you prefer doing the Team Rumble loot paths or just loot paths in general, you can go for searching chests and ammo boxes. I personally am a bit done with that. I think I've done it for a couple seasons in a row, and then at one point I was like, yeah, I think that I've looted enough chests and ammo boxes for a lifetime now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and find some different methods. But if you're new at the game or you haven't done this in a while, it's still very good XP, but it's just not challenging at all. Thanking the bus driver doesn't necessarily go very fast, but you need to get this into your system that whenever you start a match, just need to press your emote button, thank the bus driver, and then do whatever you want to do in that match. And then the last milestone that I want to cover in this video, it's going to be travel distance in a baller. There are two different ways that you can do this. The first one is to just jump into a baller at Rave Cave, drive your baller onto the tracks, and then just leave your game be. Go fold laundry, go annoy your little sister or brother, or do whatever you want to do with your time, but you can just leave your game and it's going to count towards your progress. The only downside of this is that it goes relatively slow. I think that it's safe to say you can only do about one stage in a single match. The second way to do this one is to grab the baller at Rave Cave and then just start using it as Spider-Man's web shooters. Pick the high trees, grab the trees from the side using your grapple thing, and then just make your way around the map. By using this method, I think that I was able to complete a stage within 3 or 4 minutes. The only downside of this method is that you need to stay close to Rave Cave because the ballers now have a battery, which does not make any sense to me, but okay. So whenever your baller runs out of battery, you need to hope that there's still a completely full one standing there, and you can switch it around and maybe get 2 or 3 stages done in a single match. And then for the final method, this one unfortunately is not available to everyone because it involves Save the World. Depending on the progress you've made with Save the World, I personally just started it up yesterday. I never played Save the World before, but the XP that you get for doing the quests and then also for just going through your map and selecting a mission, something like Ride the Lightning, it's going to give you about 35 to 40,000 XP every 10 to 12 minutes. I think that's very, very good. What's even better is that the XP that you can get for playing Save the World, it resets every single day. So every single day there's a limit of 600,000 XP, if I'm correct, that you can get for killing some monsters. I think that if you do this in the most optimized way possible, it's going to take you 2.5 hours to get the full 600,000 XP. And that about covers it. I've been playing the game for about 8 to 9 hours. I didn't necessarily grind XP the entire time that I was playing because I was also just checking out new stuff in the season. But yeah, usually when I make this video, it's at least 30 to maybe 35 levels in a single day. And now that's been downgraded to 20 levels. So you tell me how the XP is this season. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. If you still have questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and use code SCORE in the item shop if you enjoyed it. I'll see you at the next one.